Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sylvia and my channel is all about art and craft. So if you want to learn all sorts of things, then this is your channel. Now today I'm going to make a card that can be for any occasion, whether it's a birthday, an anniversary, a wedding, engagement. It doesn't really matter because, and I've sort of played around on a bit of scrap paper, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to put this little bouquet of flowers, well, I call it a bouquet, you can call it whatever you want, doesn't really matter. We're basically going to put it at the top, at the bottom, and then we're going to have "on your special day" written in the middle. Now I've got some cardstock here. Now this one measures 110.5 millimeters by 110.5 millimeters. Then we've got our backing paper, which I managed to already get stained. I don't know how, but anyway, doesn't matter. It's not going to be seen. So this measures 110 millimeters by 110 millimeters, and then I've got a piece of white cardstock which measures 100.5 millimeters by 100.5 millimeters, and those are basically going to be our layers. So I've got my stamp already here. What you're going to need also is some Memento ink. I'm just using this little teardrop one, or dewdrop. Some gold ink as well, and you need some gel pens. Now I've got just your normal ones in here, there's some metallic ones in there as well, and my glitter gel pens that I'm so in love with. I use them all the time. You're going to need some double-sided tape, and that's about it. So to get started, we're going to grab our piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to put something underneath it. This is just a little bit of fun foam. I'm going to put that on there, and we're going to ink up our stamp. Oh, look at that, I'm not making a mess on my acrylic block. Wow. Okay, so to do the top one, we've got to make sure that it bows upwards. Upwards, yeah. And we'll try and get it in the middle. Now I might have to stand up for this so I don't get my head in the camera. And we'll drop it down. Give it a nice little press, and we lift up. And then we're just going to ink it up again. Like so. And now we're going to do the bottom part. Again, try and line it up. Put it down. Give it a good press. And lift it up. Okay, and then we'll quickly give that a clean. And then, because I'm going to do all the inking straight off the bat, because we're also going to use the gel pens on the writing itself. So it's on my block, and yes, I only got the one size block, so I figured buy a big one, that way you're covered. You can do large ones, you can do small ones. It's a little bit tricky with the smaller ones, but we'll be right. Okay, and then we're going to try and get that roughly in the middle, right about there, and we'll press down on it, lift it up, and we'll have that bit done. So we can put our ink to the side, clean our stamp, and I'm just going to let that dry for a second and then I'll be back. Okay, now that I've given it a little bit of time to dry, because I didn't want to go over it with the gel pens while it was still wet. So what we're going to do is we'll colour in the flowers and the leaves first, top and bottom, and then we're going to let that dry, because I've got this really bad habit of sticking my hands into the wet ink. So and once that's dry, we'll do the centerpiece. And I've actually picked out my colours while I was patiently waiting, and I'd already decided on a few sort of colours that I want to use. So what we're going to do is we'll start off with the leaves, and I might actually shut my window before hubby decides to use a grinder, because then it's going to get really loud, and by me shutting the window you pretty much can't hear it. So you beauty. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the green glitter pen, and I'm just going to colour the inside of these little leaves. Like so. And we'll do this one the same. Like that. So what I might do is I'll finish off all these leaves, so you know, the two outside ones and the two next down, and then I'll do the same up the top there. And once I've done that, I'll come back and then we'll go through the next colour. Okay, so next I want to do the outside flowers, and what I'm going to start off with is the yellow glitter pen. And we're just going to do the centre of the petal, just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. And I'll hold on to this one because I might use it on some of the other ones as well. Now I've got to try and remember which one it was that I was going to use for this. No, not that one. It was the glitter one. That's right. And then I've got a pink glitter pen. And what we're going to do is do the petals with that. It actually took me a while to decide what sort of card I wanted to make. And I thought, hang on, I haven't used this stamp. And again, it's one of the stamps that I got out of one of the magazines that I had purchased a while back. So, there we go. So, I don't know if you can sort of see it. I'll bring it up a little bit more. But, yeah, it's nice and sparkly, you know, and it's nice and bright. And we want it bright because we want it nice and cheerful. So I'll do the other 3 and then I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm going to grab, it's more of a gold yellow. I'm going to do the centre of these flowers. Like so. Oh, better do the top ones too. Can't forget them. There we go. I'm going to put that yellow away because we won't need that anymore. Now I'm going to use this, it's like a medium pink, pinky purpley metallic colour. Probably more of a pink. I don't know. It does kind of look like a, I don't know, it'll come up like this. It's quite pretty. I've actually used my little scrap bit to try and work out what colours I wanted to use. So it's always handy to have a piece of scrap paper before you decide to colour in, because you can then work out what colours you want to use. So there we go. And again, I'll just quickly go and do the other 3. It's basically my way of trying to make sure the video is not too long, so back in a second. Okay, so I've actually decided to use some of this fluorescent yellow just in the centre here and just dabbing a few spots on, because I sort of feel that it's not really bright enough. So you know, you don't have to do this. Like, you can use whatever you want. You might want to use, you know, watercolour pencils or watercolour paint, which then would mean you would need to use the archival ink for your stamping. But yeah, it's, I mean, each to their own. We all have our own preferences. We like to do things differently. So, you know, as long as you enjoy yourself, that's the main thing. Now, these little round balls that are on here, I'm going to use this, it's like an orange glitter pen, because I find the glitter actually stands out a little bit more on the black. So I thought we'll use that. That's right, I was going to do a couple with the red. Oh, no, I wasn't. Silly Billy. Yeah. Now I'm trying to forget what I was going to do. I don't know. Must be because I've been up too early. I've actually already completed one video for the day, and yeah, I thought, I'll do the next video so I can sort of get a little bit ahead with my uploads, just to free me up a little bit more. So, because hey, I want to make sure you guys have your videos every week, and as you know, I've started doing them twice a week, because Tuesdays I do the learning how to sketch and shade, and then move on to using colours. So if you're interested in that type of thing, I'll put a little pop-up up in the corner there, up the top. So now with these little leaves here, I decided I was going to do it differently. I'm going to use this It's like a dark green. It's not a metallic, it's just a dark green. Because all I want is just a bit of colour that actually will show a little bit, but not too much. So yeah, be sure to check out that video if you're interested in learning how to... actually, no, I wasn't going to do them dark. Silly. Hey, I was supposed to use this one. This is a nice bright green. That's right. I can go over it, so it's all right. So yeah, if you are interested in learning how to sketch, because it does come in quite handy, because then you can, you know, hand sketch something on a card and colour it in with whatever medium you want, and yeah, it just kind of gives you more options and allows you to be even more creative. So, but I'll leave a link to the playlist so that you can sort of check that out. Oh, look at that, the writing is back the right way. My goodness, it's been upside down the whole time. And if you ever do any of my tutorials, like, or you know, some of the ideas that I give you, and you're on Facebook, get onto my Facebook and share a photo of your creation. I'd love to see it. I really would. Okay, now I'm going to use the dark green, and we're going to use it for the stem. That's what I was going to use it for. See, I'm being very silly here. I was going to use the wrong green in the wrong place. However, it just shows how easy it is to fix it up too. So, okay, lucky last. We'll grab some more yellow. And again, we'll just do the centre of it. Like so. Put that little bugger away. No, you don't want to put that little bugger away, because you want to do the top one too, you silly woman. Silly, silly Billy. Oh, I don't know. There we go. Now it can go away. Yeah. And now I'm going to use this metallic red. And it's sort of a, I don't know. I actually kind of like it. It's not too bright, but it just leaves that really, really nice, I don't know. Once it dries anyway, it looks amazing. Just got to let it dry, that's all. So what I'll do is I'll do this off camera, and once I've done that and I've let it dry, because we're going to end up working on the writing, and I want to make sure that I don't go smudging it everywhere. So as soon as it's dry, I'll come back and we'll do the writing, and then we'll start putting the card together. How's that? Yee-haw! Back in a second. Okay, hopefully it's nice and dry now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this black gel pen, go over the writing, and then we're going to go in with the silver one as well to give it like a special effect. So just very carefully just go over the writing. You don't have to do this, but this is something I'm going to do, and I'm just going to go partially, like basically I'm just putting little shadows in, like so. So it's sort of gives it like that sort of like a 3D effect. And if you end up going over the black a little bit, it doesn't really matter. You can still get the right effect, because it is a little tricky. So, especially when the writing is... There we go. So now that we've got that done, oh, I started to sweat on there for a second. We're going to grab this gold ink. Hopefully I'll get it right. And we're just going to press it against the edge. So basically we just want to give the edge a little touch of gold. You know, it's a special day. Special means gold. In my eyes anyway. I'm doing this very, very carefully. I don't want to muddle it up. Oops. So what do? Make it thicker. That's okay. We'll just go around the other edges and make it a little bit thicker too, hopefully. Been having a little bit of trouble with this particular ink, but it's only a cheapie that I bought, so can't complain. Just can't complain. It'll do the trick. There we go. One more side. There we go. So what we're going to do, first of all, is put the lid on this. That's a wise move. Move our little fun pad over. Move the top of the card over. And then we're going to grab this. Gee, what happened? It's all so messy over here. Now, try and make sure you've got the card sitting the right way. It's alright, it's just a reminder to myself, I think. Although it'll help you too, because, you know, that way you can make sure that you don't make that silly mistake that I like to do, which is sticking things on the wrong way. Okay, I'm going to use this double-sided tape, only because I found, I don't know whether it's because I bought this cheap, but, or whether it's the humidity here, but I have found that the stickiness, like once I've stuck something down, it won't last. It'll actually start lifting away. So I'm going to stop using this. It's driving me crazy. So I'd rather use some nice, strong, double-sided tape. Stick that down. Oh, I'll just do it this way. Because I want to make sure that it stays down so that, you know, it's actually going to last more than a day. Because that's pretty much what's been happening. It's like it hasn't lasted longer than a day if I use the other one. So now I'm going to need a little tool to make life easy. I like making my life easy. So I can peel the backing off. And I've actually found, although I'm using the double-sided tape like that, this one, it actually still lasts me for quite some time, so yeah, can't complain. Okay, now I've got to decide which way I want to put it. Doesn't really matter, I'll put it this way. Okay, can we get it reasonably in the middle? Oh, I'm sure we can. Maybe. Somewhat. Not quite. But it's pretty close, so it'll do. Okay, then we're going to do the same to this one. And look, I even got it on this card. It's like, how did I do that? Yeah. Don't know where it came from. But then again, I might have to clean my desk up again. My table. So, I shouldn't call it a desk because it's not. Although I'm thinking, you know what? I just changed my mind. I'm not using this. So I'm going to just peel the backing off this. And I'm going to grab my foam tape. I reckon it'll be so much better. I'm going to try and pretty much line it up to the edge. Like so. Grab my scissors. Don't break your arm, girl. Come on. You can do this. There we go. I'm actually just going to go all the way around like this. Close enough. Because yeah, I reckon it'll look nice being popped up a bit. Now, can we get this reasonably centered? Of course we can. We can do anything. Now I probably should have put some in the middle as well, but I didn't. It don't matter. It'll be fine. So yeah, if you want it, like if you end up, you know, wanting to put it in the post or something, you would want to put some in the middle just so that it doesn't end up caving in. But there you have it. And basically on the inside, you can use whatever stamp you want. Whatever the occasion is, just you can put a little sentiment there. And maybe even, you know, stamp a couple of flowers or something in here just to, and colour it in. And that way it'll, you know, give it that little bit extra oomph. So there you go. I'm not actually going to stamp anything on in the inside at the moment because I don't know what the card's going to be for yet. But hey, I'm one step ahead, aren't I? because I've already got a card made that can go to somebody that's special to me. So that's all I care about. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and hopefully it wasn't too long this time. Hopefully I did it right. And make sure you give us a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel and you want more videos like this or any of my other ones, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification, and I will catch you guys next week. Bye!